The wait is almost over. Stranger Things 5 is coming, and it promises to be bigger, darker, and more emotional than ever. With Hawkins on the brink of destruction and Vecna still at large, the stakes have never been higher. Let's break down everything we know so far, from plot details to theories that might blow your mind. Season 4 left us with a massive cliffhanger. Hawkins is breaking apart, the Upside Down is bleeding into reality, and our favorite characters are facing their biggest battle yet. But what's next? Let's dive into the details. First, let's talk about what's confirmed. The Duffer Brothers have revealed that this season will be the last one, and will bring the story to a definitive, emotional close. It's also set to be shorter than Season 4, but the episodes will be packed with action, mystery, and answers to long-standing questions. Confirmed plot points. Hawkins is ground zero. The once quiet town of Hawkins is now at the center of a catastrophic supernatural event. The barriers between reality and the Upside Down have been completely shattered, allowing Vecna's dark influence to seep into the real world. Cracks have spread across the town, unleashing eerie red lightning, swirling clouds, and the creeping presence of the Upside Down's twisted landscape. With the Mind Flayer's forces growing stronger and Vecna's connection to our world more powerful than ever, Hawkins has become a battleground where time and reality are collapsing. The town's residents are either fleeing in fear or disappearing under mysterious circumstances, while our heroes are left to face their most dangerous mission yet, if they don't find a way to close the gateway and defeat Vecna once and for all. Not only will Hawkins fall, but the entire world could be consumed by the darkness of the Upside Down. Time travel may be key. One of the biggest mysteries in Stranger Things is why the Upside Down is frozen in 1983, the exact day Will Byers disappeared. This strange phenomenon has puzzled fans for years, and Season 5 might finally give us the answers we've been waiting for. Some theories suggest that the Upside Down isn't just a parallel dimension, but a fractured point in time, possibly trapped in a time loop or an alternate timeline created by Eleven's powers. When she first opened the gate at Hawkins' lab, did she unknowingly cause a ripple in time that permanently locked the Upside Down in 1983? Another possibility is that Vecna himself is manipulating time, using the Upside Down as a way to rewrite history or trap his victims in an endless cycle of suffering. If this is true, time travel could be the only way to defeat him, forcing Eleven and the others to go back to the origins of the Upside Down to undo everything before it began. With Hawkins collapsing and reality being torn apart, could Season 5 reveal that the only way to stop Vecna is to reset time itself? And if that happens, will our heroes have to make the ultimate sacrifice, erasing everything they've been through to save the world? 11 vs. Vecna. The final showdown. The battle that has been building since the very beginning is finally here. 11 vs. Vecna. Light versus darkness. The fate of Hawkins, and possibly the entire world, hangs in the balance. Vecna has already proven himself to be the most powerful and terrifying villain the gang has ever faced. Unlike the Demogorgon or the Mind Flayer, Vecna is intelligent, strategic, and deeply connected to the Upside Down's dark energy. He has survived multiple attacks, manipulated Hawkins from the shadows, and nearly wiped out Eleven and her friends in Season 4. But now, he's stronger than ever, feeding off the destruction of Hawkins and growing his influence in the real world. For Eleven, this battle is personal. Vecna is more than just a monster. He's Henry Creel, the first test subject of Dr. Brenner's experiments and the one who helped shape her own powers. In Season 4, we saw that Eleven was the one who originally sent Henry into the Upside Down, unintentionally turning him into Vecna. Now, she must finish what she started, facing a villain who knows her strengths, her weaknesses, and how to push her to her limits. But is Eleven strong enough? In Season 4, we saw her regain her powers, but Vecna still overpowered her. This time, she'll need to unlock abilities beyond anything we've ever seen, possibly tapping into new dimensions of her power, discovering hidden strengths, or even receiving help from Will Byers, who still has a connection to the Upside Down. This will be the biggest and most intense battle in Stranger Things history. Buildings will crumble, the sky will tear open, and the future of Hawkins, Eleven, and all of humanity will come down to one final confrontation. Will Eleven be able to stop Vecna once and for all? Or will she have to make the ultimate sacrifice to save everyone she loves? Season 5 will give us the answer. More about Will Byers. Since the very beginning of Stranger Things, Will Byers has been at the heart of the mystery. He was the first to be taken by the Demogorgon, the first to experience the horrors of the Upside Down, and the only character who has maintained a deep, almost unexplainable connection to its dark forces. Now, in Season 5, the Duffer Brothers have confirmed that Will's story will finally take center stage, and we may learn why he has always been so important. Will has spent years haunted by the Upside Down, suffering from visions, eerie sensations, and an unshakable feeling that something is still watching him. In Season 4, we saw him physically feel Vecna's presence, sensing his return before anyone else. But what if his connection is deeper than we thought? Could Will be the key to stopping Vecna? Or is he at risk of becoming his next victim? One of the biggest fan theories suggests that Will still has a piece of the Mind Flayer inside him left, over from when he was possessed in Season 2. If that's true, he could be Vecna's final target, his last and most powerful link to the Upside Down. But rather than being controlled, what if Will learns to use that connection against Vecna? Could he turn his weakness into his greatest weapon, finally unlocking his own psychic abilities? Another mystery surrounding Will is his personal struggles. Season 4 hinted at his internal conflicts, especially with his identity, emotions, and feelings toward Mike. As Hawkins falls apart, Will may have to confront not just Vecna, but also who he truly is, making Season 5 his most emotional and defining journey yet. The Duffer Brothers have promised that Will plays a huge role in the final season. Whether he becomes a hero, a tragic figure, or something entirely unexpected, one thing is clear: Will Byers is no longer just a victim. His story is about to reach its climax, and it could change the fate of Stranger Things forever. Will become stronger than we ever imagined, or is he doomed to be Vecna's final pawn? Season 5 will reveal everything. Crazy theories and speculation? Now, let's talk about some wild fan theories that might actually come true. Will turns evil? Could Will Byers be the final villain of Stranger Things? Some fans believe that Will's connection to the Upside Down could take a shocking turn in Season 5, forcing him to become one of Vecna's greatest weapons. Since Season 2, Will has had a deep, lingering connection to the Mind Flayer after being possessed by the creature. Even though 11 helped purge it from his body, what if a piece of that darkness remained inside him? In Season 4, we saw Will shiver and touch his neck, the same eerie reaction he had back when the Mind Flayer controlled him. Could this mean that Vecna is already reaching into Will's mind, waiting for the right moment to take control? If Vecna manages to corrupt Will, it would be devastating for his friends. He has been through so much pain, always feeling left out and different. What if Vecna manipulates those feelings, convincing Will that he belongs in the Upside Down rather than the real world? If that happens, Will might not just be a pawn, he could become a new kind of villain, acting as Vecna's most dangerous lieutenant. But there's another possibility. What if Will pretends to turn evil as part of a trap? If he still has a connection to the Upside Down, he might try to use it against Vecna, getting close enough to betray him at the last second. It would be a risky plan, one that could cost him everything, whether Will falls into darkness or fights his way back. One thing is certain: Season 5 will be his most intense and emotional journey yet. Time loop theory. What if Stranger Things has been caught in a time loop all along? One of the biggest mysteries in the series is why the Upside Down is frozen in 1983, the exact day Will Byers disappeared. Could this mean that the entire show has been playing out in a repeating loop, with Season 5 finally revealing the truth? Some fans believe that 11 unknowingly created the time loop when she first opened the gate at Hawkins' lab. Her incredible powers allowed her to connect to another dimension, but what if she did more than that? What if she broke time itself, trapping Hawkins in an endless cycle where events keep repeating over and over? This would explain why the Upside Down never changes, why Vecna has been waiting for the right moment to strike, and why Will's disappearance remains such a central event. If this theory is true, then the only way to stop Vecna and fix Hawkins might be to reset the timeline completely. But at what cost? Would this mean that 11 has to undo everything, including her friendships, her battles, and even her memories? Could it lead to a heartbreaking sacrifice, where she chooses to erase herself from existence to break the cycle? Season 5 might finally answer the biggest question of all. Is Hawkins doomed to repeat its fate forever, or can the loop be broken once and for all? If this theory is true, it could change everything we know about Stranger Things. What do you think? Eddie's return? We all watched in heartbreak as Eddie Munson met his tragic end in Stranger Things 4, sacrificing himself in the Upside Down to distract the Demobats and protect his friends. But what if that wasn't the end of his story? Could Eddie come back in Season 5, but not as the same person we knew and loved? One of the most popular theories suggests that Vecna might revive Eddie, turning him into his right-hand man in the Upside Down. We already know that Vecna has the power to manipulate and reshape minds, bending the souls of those who die under his influence. Since Eddie died in the Upside Down, it's possible that Vecna took control of his body, transforming him into a dark warrior who serves him. Another version of the theory suggests that Eddie could return as a twisted version of the dungeons. And Dragon's character Kaz the Bloody-Handed, a former loyal servant of Vecna who eventually turns against him. In this scenario, Eddie may start as Vecna's pawn, but later regain his free will, using his new dark powers to betray his master and help Eleven, Dustin, and the gang defeat him. Could we see Eddie rise from the shadows, no longer the metal-loving misfit but a warrior of the Upside Down? Would his return be a blessing or a curse for Hawkins? One thing is certain, fans aren't ready to say goodbye to Eddie just yet. If Stranger Things 5 brings him back, it could be one of the most shocking and emotional twists in the entire series. Do you think Eddie will return? And if he does, will he fight for good or become Vecna's ultimate soldier? Let's find out in Stranger Things 5. Release date and production updates. Filming for Season 5 started in early 2024, but with the delays from the Hollywood strikes, the release is now expected in 2025. The Duffer Brothers have said that this will be the biggest and most emotional season yet. Who's returning? The entire main cast is coming back, including Millie Bobby Brown, Eleven, Finn Wolfhard, Mike, Noah Schnapp, Will, Sadie Sink, Max, Gaten Matarazzo, Dustin, Caleb McLaughlin, Lucas, and David Harbour, Hopper. Plus, we'll finally get more answers about Vecna and the origins of the Upside Down. Final thoughts? Are you ready? So, what do you think? Will our heroes finally defeat Vecna? Will we see a major character die? And could time travel be the key to everything? Let me know your theories in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more Stranger Things updates.